Okay, yeah, so our thanks to Leah Jackson and Angst Gallery and all of the staff over at East Wine Art Bar. We think we're going to have another great open mic here tonight. We even have some special guests along with our featured reader. So one of the things that I made pretty public is my support for the recent legalization of marijuana here in Washington State. Kristen Rodell, who is a Portlander, I guess actually she's not a Portland area poet, but she's a Washington poet who has been here before as a feature. She sent me this poem when she heard that I was reading over at High-End Marketplace, our legal retail marijuana establishment here in town. This poem by Kristen is called Dirty Girl. So I liked it as soon as I saw the title. Fall and winter mornings were awash with mist. It took me an hour to circle the lake. I sat on every bench. I memorized the plaques. A moss-covered tree stretched branches across the shallows. The ducks were purled along them, waiting for the winter sun to come up, bills tucked into feathers. I saw God in the simple angles that followed them as they swam. When they startled, they lifted in a flood of wings, returning like a gentle rain. September, I sat under a red and gold oak, leaves spread beneath me in a rich gown. December, I walked the high trails, a hoarfrost on the reeds. I wrote a poem, this poem, to not forget the sound of leaves underfoot. I have never known such a graceful falling of the year. It might have been the marijuana, pungent and strong. I smoked it that year. They called it Dirty Girl, but I have never been so clean. And Kristen Rodell has a new book, or is having a new book, and we hope to have her here again to present that at some point. The way that we are very fortunate to have someone documenting these events for us, and she is also a member of our poets community here, and so we allow her to read first so that she can pay attention to making a good video for YouTube. And please go ahead and share those links with people, especially people that might be outside of the community who can't be here with us. So I would like to welcome our videographer and friend, Tiffany Berbershram.
So I have 3 poems tonight. First one is called Keep Walking. When 5 years rolls around again and I find myself in this familiar place, I must remind myself to keep walking. You may wonder why I just keep going. You may wonder why I don't stop when you call out my name. Deep down, you'll know why I don't engage. I won't stop and stand before you. It's not because I don't want to know how you've been or where your life has taken you. I will keep walking, so I don't remember how it feels to kiss your lips, or the sound of your laughter, or the curves of your smile. I am not strong enough to walk away from memories of blueberry vodka in July, the intimate moments where we laughed so hard the sound was made, but I am strong enough to walk away from pain. We are magnets drawn to each other, through piano melodies, through drum beats and saxophone riffs. Our song is always just slightly out of sync. Each part is perfection on its own, but together, the song is out of time. Our timing is always off. The first time and the many times, and even this last time, could not keep us together. You and I are hands on a clock. You run counterclockwise, I just run. So this next poem I did not write, but it's one that I really like. So it's called Last Love, and it's by Rachel McKinnon. To my daughters I need to say, go with the one who loves you biblically, the one whose love lifts its head to you despite its broken neck, whose body bursts 16 arms electric to carry you gentle, the way old grief is gentle. Love the body that writes best your body, the love that is messy and all is too much, the mouth that saddles the naked salt of your far-gone hips, whose tongue translates the rough language of all your elegant scars. Go with the one who cries out for his tragic sisters as he chops the winter's wood, the one whose skin triggers your heart into a heaven of blood waltzes. Go with the one who most resembles your father, not the father you can point out on a map, but the father who is here, is your home, the key to your front door. Know that your first love will only be your first, and your second, and your third, and even your fourth will unprepare you for the most important, the blessed, the beast, the last love, which is the most terrifying kind. Because which one of us wants to go with what can murder us, can pull us out of ourselves until we are no longer sisters or daughters or sword swallowers, but instead women who give and lead and take and want and want and want. Because there is no shame in wanting. And you will hear yourself say, last love, I wish to die so I could come back to you and never be tasted by another mouth but yours. And I want you the hands that pull your children out of you and tuck them deep inside me until they are ready to be children of such a royal, staggering love. Or you will say, last love, I am old, and I've spent my life on the courageless. I've wasted too many clocks on less deserving men, so I hurl myself at the throne of you and lie humbly at your feet. Last love, let the day I was born mean my life will end where you end. Let the man behind the church do what he did if it brings me to you. Let the girls in the locker room corner me again if it brings me to you. Let this wild depression throw me beneath its hooves if it brings me to you. Let my father break me again and again if it brings me to you. Last love, I vowed my heart to another. Forgive me. Last love, I let other men borrow your children. Forgive me. Last love, I have cursed the women you have loved before me. Forgive me. Last love, I envy your mother's body where you resided first. Forgive me. Last love, I did not see you coming. Forgive me. Last love, I am all that is left. Forgive me. Last love, every day without you was a life I crawled out of. Amen. Last love, you are my last love. Amen. Last love, I am all that is left. Amen. I am all that is left. Amen.
Yes.
And most of you know this is my son Bryce, who's going to play with me on this one. This one is called Mighty Love, and I'm very blessed to have him accompany me on this. She feared her love would crush him from the pure magnitude of its power. She watches him struggle to take it in small doses. He is fearful he will drown. The waves keep coming, grow in power, size, and intensity. He holds his breath, lets her mighty love wash over him. He wondered how he ever feared his demise, with her love by his side. In the end, he knew he could not love the way she did, but he vowed each day to try. Breath in, and one breath out. Thank you.
Yeah.
And And so the owner of that marijuana shop that I spoke about earlier is here with us tonight. Her name is Morgan Hutchinson. We're going to ask her to come up and read something now. Welcome, Morgan.
Right.
Thanks, Chris, for announcing that, which means I don't have to. That's my shameless plug for Chris. I brought a couple of poems, and actually I'm going to adjust this thing here. I think I know how after seeing Toni do it so many times.
Yeah.
You just twist, right?
You're doing great.
And then you twist right, righty, tighty, lefty, loosey.
Twist how you lick it.
Got it. Okay. You're right on it. That's right.
Morgan, her book's been offered about samples.
What's up?
Her book's been offered about
Samples? You gotta be an employee at High-End Marketplace to receive samples. You need a job?
Shouldn't he get a sample because his name is Herb?
Herb will give you some love when you come around. Absolutely. You got
I'll see you. Which store do you own?
it. High-End Marketplace is just right down here on Broadway. Broadway.
Oh, Broadway.
Yeah, they've been open for a couple months. Main Street was the first one, opened last year. We're the newbies, new kids on the block. Gotta check us out if you haven't already. Second shameless plug. So I brought a couple to share from a man named E.E. Cummings. I'm sure you've all heard of him. And I was gonna read something from Cindy Gutierrez, which was a featured reader last month, or the month before maybe. I loved her work and I love his, but I decided to go with him, so here goes. His don't really have titles, so. At least not in the selected poems version. Since feeling is first, who pays any attention to the syntax of things? Will never wholly kiss you. Holy to be a fool while spring is in the world. My blood approves, and kisses are a better fate than wisdom. Lady, I swear by all the flowers, don't cry. The best gesture of my brain is less than your eyelids flutter, which says, we are for each other. Then laugh, leaning back in my arms, for life's not a paragraph. And death, I think, is no parentheses. Here's to opening and upward, to leaf and to sap, and to your, in my arms, flowering so new, self, whose eyes smell of the sound of rain. And here's to silent, certainly mountains, and to a disappearing poet of always, snow, and to morning's beautiful friend, twilight, and a first dream called ocean. And let must or if be damned with whomever's afraid, down with ought, with because, with every brain, which thinks it thinks, nor dares to feel, but up with joy and up with laughing and drunkenness. Here's to one undiscoverable guess, of whose mad skill each world of blood is made, whose fatal songs are moving in the moon. Thank you.
Oh, I think that Toni has something she'd like to say.
I need to say something to you.
Oh. Excuse us, it's not like we're in the middle of an open mic or anything. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
No one will ever know.
she's allowed to do that, but now I have to try to concentrate again. So, one of the cool things they're doing at High-End Marketplace is on the last Sunday of every month, they're going to be doing an event called Sunday Sessions. There's going to be different cultural events, and they have one at the end of this month. We put things like flyers, announcements, and things like that, including flyers for Ghost Town for next month on the bar that's at the back of the room. So stop by there and pick up a little postcard for that, and maybe drop on by on a Sunday afternoon. It is a, I believe, 21 and over event, but if you're 21 and over, you can stop by and hear some music and things like that over there. Yeah. So now we're going to hear from someone who's reading here for the first time. So let's give him a lot of love. Let's hear it for Jonathan.
Okay, I'm Jonathan, and I'm reading for the first time out loud. I've been writing introvertedly for all my life, and it was really hard to, what do you pick? What do you pick to read? You know, and I didn't really look too much at it, but I was just drawn to something. I was like, I'm not going to look through my whole past, 40 notebooks, you know what I mean? So I was just going with the one I was working on, and I read a few things and I was like, nah, and then I was just drawn right to this, like cosmic. So I just figured I'd read this for the first time. Reading out loud, thank you very much for understanding my nervous. This is called Crushed. Slashes of echoes from the past, shading then reverberating back, pulsing me the fuck up. I must jump or limbo, or punch every slash. I get pretty messed up. Anyone can see it in my splashed blood. It's in the blood. Look for the puddle that came from the knuckle rush by the next path. From and way far away from any rings. Sandwiches packed, prepared for anything in the air, but not from the water running under. Or the fire that reminds you're never gonna get any younger. At least not in this body. Oh, so becoming, protected from the crush, or else I'll beat it with my solid crutch, or with my avant-garde state-of-the-art crutch, or the all-timeless synthetic chemicaled up crutch, or I'll just beat it with Jesus' cross if I have to, bash the past, beat its intruding ass. When memories get abusive, your whole mind will get polluted, with the truth and with bullshit, and a fine line shining between it, shines, too bright sometimes, spinning me blind, running back, running into myself, blindly, blind and blonde. Isn't it so much more fun to just be dumb? So go dumb, it goes and wears well with numb. It is all true, the taming of the blue kid, all depends on the environment that he is in and at, where he lives and dwells on, where he plays. Just beat that bitch with a bat, ×4. Who knows how long these past slashes of echoes can last. Your inner fire can only always last if you give all you take away back. Separate it into never too many suitcases. Time to pack those shades of the past. Get all your baggage packed. Make sure it's all put away packed. And just throw it all the way back. I'll be fine. It'll be fine. We know your whole personal Europe is in it. It'll be snug, nice, and tight during the first trip. Just like you. Okay, it'll be snug, nice, and tight during the first trip, just like you on my swirling fingertip. For now, that's all that matters. For now is all that matters. Let us leave it without a word.
Yeah, if you're sitting by with an open chair, raise your hand so the people in the back can see it. Tiffany's starting to drink my wine. I guess if I don't chug it fast enough, it's going to disappear.
It looks yummy.
So one of the things that's so great about, when the bookstore had to close, looking for a new location, this was the first and only place I really wanted to bring it. And I love the idea of bringing poets into a gallery and every month giving them a chance to see the great shows that they put on here at Angst Gallery. And tonight we're fortunate enough to have the artist who is responsible for the work in this lovely show for this month. So I'm just going to invite her to come up and say a few words to you. And her name is Christine Egan.
Thank you, Chris and Toni and the gallery, Leah and Greg, and hi everybody. I'm just going to read a condensed version of my artist statement. The show is called Through the Lens and Beyond. Many of you know me as a photographer. And I'm painting now and forever. My paintings are gifts from the luminous sky. This new body of work expresses my connection to the expansiveness and mysteries of the universe. Skywatching is a lifelong joy. I sat on a forest fire lookout 2 summers and watched 1,000 sky moments, including the aurora borealis, a recent supermoon, and also the Perseid meteor showers fueled my passion to paint the night sky. The media is acrylic and salt on paper. I hope you get a chance to look at the exhibition, and I'll be here at the break if you want to talk to me about anything, and I'd love to meet you all. I'm also having an artist talk this Saturday, the 16th at 3 to 5 p.m. right here, and a closing party on the last Saturday, the 30th of May, 3 to 5 p.m. Thank you.
Yeah, me and Greg are not here at the moment, but I'm really glad that they decided to make sure that some kind of an artist talk or opportunity to hang out with and talk to the artist is going to be a part of every month's show. So, okay, next we're going to hear from Jan Ice. Here she is.
Okay. I've joined a writing group on Facebook, and someone posted a poem on there. And I decided I liked it, so I asked him if it was okay. And he said, sure, go ahead, just give me credit. So the Facebook group is Writing Works, and this poem is by Clive Osmond. Not sure on that one. It's called Enough. So the Tories won, and they think the war is done, that we will beat a retreat, accept the web of lies they spun, and inflict a shock defeat. Who am I to advise or criticize? Just a working guy with words to say, and the tears of my peers to cry. I have no power, no wealthy friends to bail me out in my hour of need, but I mean to raise awareness, how we win, how we want respect and fairness, and will fight on to the end for human rights you strip away. Some insist the vote was fixed. I don't. But the odds were stacked with your dirty tricks, executed by right-wing pricks and hypocrites who control our great free press with quicksand to the truth. Yes, the masses were duped, but we're not all stupid, and we'll be watching you. There's only so much we can take. Don't make the mistake of thinking our tolerance is unshakable. Strip one more bit of dignity from the old, the sick, the underprivileged. Use austerity to trample us deeper in the shit, and you'll find there's a lesson to be learned about how injustice burns and the price you'll have to pay when the worm is finally turned. Our forebears fought for what we've got. We voted, and we lost. But heed these words. We're nowhere near ready to sit idly by and watch you steal the lot.
Okay, and next we're going to hear from Ian Kate. Wow.
You try this.
I need a shot. I need a pull. You say you're not some fucking fool. You know you got just what I need. You know you got to let it bleed. Hair of the dog, hair of the dog, hair of the dog. Bitten by the hair of the dog, hair of the dog, hair of the dog. Hair of the dog, hair of the dog, hair of the dog. Bitten by the hair of the dog. You line them up, I'll shoot them down. You dock your ship in Puget Sound. And if you want to try and call my bluff, you know I always take you down, I always win. Hair of the dog, hair of the dog, hair of the dog. Bitten by the hair of the dog, hair of the dog, hair of the dog. Hair of the dog, hair of the dog.
Woo!
And this one's called Smooth Jazz Band. I want to play drums in a smooth jazz band. I want to remain a part of that backbone you hear in the background. The backbone of any band is drums and bass. I want my part to be turned down so low people can relax when they come home from work. In my smooth jazz band, the rhythms will be in the pocket. When the guitarist looks at me, he'll know right where to get in. The saxophone player will stick to an alto that his higher range accompaniment will fit perfectly with the melody. The hand percussion players will be versed at shaking the maracas and tambourines and hitting the congas on the 2 and the 4. In my smooth jazz band, I will play the drums, concentrating mostly on rim, click, and ride cymbal patterns. When it's appropriate to play a fill, I might hit my bass drum or tom for accent. I don't want the rhythm to overpower any one instrument. The rhythm section in my smooth jazz band will be adept at switching between bossa nova and the samba. After a hard day at work, executives will listen to my smooth jazz as they drive home in their luxury automobiles. Executives won't have to think about how many employees they fired this past week or anything else listening to my smooth jazz band.
Yeah!
One more.
It's a sign of greatness to drop your phone.
Too many props. This is called hospitality. You can create whole worlds of blocks and brick and wood with just the touch of your finger to the screen, the tablet, or destroy them just as easily as you watch the blocks fall apart into particles and bits and bytes, geometric realities that are once imagined and then created, or taken away, digging down into further layers, descending as you mine this digital reality, peeling away the layers of what was once fixed, but now becoming only temporary. You can use all sorts of materials to build, from a house of straw to one of sticks and one of bricks, becoming at once both the wolf and those 3 enterprising pigs, blowing down or blowing up, tearing down, building up, composing and decomposing, compressing, decompressing, deconstructing and constructing, using metals and glass, concrete, steel, transparency, dense, clay, brick, tiles, laminate, illuminate, to enlighten, adding skylights, chimney, fireplace, window, wall, siding, door, hallway, bookshelf, universe, creation, meta, mega, manga, obstacles, countertops, tabletops, chest of drawers, chair, couch, love seat, closet, walk-in closet, water closet, loo, mirror, reflective surfaces, stainless steel appliances, toilet, plunger, urinal, shower, tub, jacuzzi, hot tub, bathtub, bathroom, medicine cabinet, towel closet, shower, rug, carpet, wall-to-wall, shag carpet, trophy case, trophy wife, music room, dining room, family room, parlor, or you can throw it all away. And what are these but words, worlds, letters, symbols representing something else, code, zeros and ones. The sea stretches to the horizon, so much to see, to fish. The Greek fisherman pulls more than fish. I'll make you a fisher of men. I'll make you a fisher of men. This is not what he meant. The lifeless body, not his child, but a child, not just another refugee. Not just another refugee. The shores lined with black bags, the size of children and of men. The desperation of boat people. The desperation of boat people. The will of a mother to put her daughter on a crowded boat to the unknown. I've seen this before. I've seen this before. Refugees washed upon the shore, a journey from the south, escaping terror to the unknown. We offer hospitality. We offer hospitality. It's what we have to do. His command to love our neighbor means love ourselves. We're washed upon the shore. We're washed upon the shore, just like those hundreds of thousands before us, coming from places unspeakable. They know my name. They know my name. Black bags lining the shore, polyethylene with zippers. Smell the plastic, hear it zip shut. 6-foot bags conceal. 6-foot bags conceal the horrors of a mother, places her child on that boat filled with uncertainty, to sail a sea forevermore. To sail a sea forevermore. I'll make you fishers of men. Bring to shore a lifeless body, the Mediterranean, lined with body bags. Lined with body bags, the Mediterranean Sea stretches on forevermore. Its vast horizon, our short lives ended prematurely. Our short lives ended prematurely, washed upon the shores, images of body bags, lining the banks. I just can't seem to shake. I just can't seem to shake these ghostly images, dragging bodies from the drink. He said, I'll make you fishers of men. I'll make you fishers of men. But the Greek fisherman didn't have this in mind when he signed up, a life he had been born into. A life he had been born into, a life he'd run away from, crowded boats, desperate mothers, escaping terror, the sea so vast and wide. The sea so vast and wide, its salty torture, unknown outcome, sharing cramped quarters and discharge. Anything is better than this. Anything is better than this, the mother thought, as she placed her daughter inside the boat. How much would she pay? How much would she pay? How much would she risk? Disfigurement, unknowable, no second thoughts. We offer the child hospitality. Thank you.
Hello everybody, I'm Toni Partington. I know most of you, but for those who have not had an opportunity to meet yet, welcome tonight, Ghost Town Open Mic. We will be, have about 3 or 4 more readers before we have our featured reader tonight. So I'm going to welcome our next open mic reader and welcome him back. We haven't seen him since December because he's been working his ass off in Portland, and he has a night off tonight, so we're really glad to see him again. Please help me welcome Mike G.
It's good to be back
and good to see you, my friends. Cover to cover was wonderful, but I say yes to the new incarnation here at Angst Gallery. I love this place, don't you? Isn't this a good space?
Yeah.
I love it. I'll be here, downtown Vancouver. Earlier today, I was chatting with my best friend, bestie, soulmate, the 10-year-old neighbor girl, and I was saying as I was during halftime of Phantom of the Opera, there was a matinee today at the Keller Auditorium. It's pretty good. Check it out if you can. A little plug for the Phantom of the Opera. I said to her, even though I'm here in these, my days of mental wellness, I sometimes am filled for nostalgia for the poems that I wrote back in the days in which I did not know yet that I was mentally well. And she said, isn't that kind of sick, Mike G, that you would have nostalgia for a time in which you were fucked up? I mean, I was there during those years, and I've always been 10 years old in your head, haven't I? And I said, maybe. But there was gold in those times, some pretty powerful poems. So I'm going to go back to 2008. That's what I looked like in 2008.
Yeah, buddy.
That's what I look like. And my friend Elizabeth Archer's put together this wonderful volume called Blown Out, Portland's Indie Poets. I think it may still be available at Powell's, but she took poems and photographs of poets, and she sort of paired them. So you have a photo and a poem, and Dennis is in here. Oh, there's Dennis and I embracing circa 2008. That's Powell's bookstore. This is the parking lot across from Powell's. There was this big outdoor event at that time, and that was pretty special, April 2008. Dennis is in here and other people, but Elizabeth Archers, who was featured at Toni's Tavern about 2.5 weeks ago, very, very fine poet, and I'm grateful that she put this together and chose to publish this sort of crazy poem I wrote. There's a bitch in the poem, and it's not about a particular person. I think I intended it to represent the bitch inside all of us, or the inner bitch that helps us grow into more beautiful people. So I'll read this from the times in which I didn't yet know that I was mentally well, even though I was, of course, as we all are always. Bitch, this poem's for you. Darling, bitch whose star I follow, I, bastard fool, bring gifts from the east, gifts of heat, diseased, soon deceased heat. I do not desist in my duty, I follow my star, to your bed, morning, stiff, hot, begging, question. Say yes to my crawl across the cold, limp world, tap of my talons against our window. I crawl across the world to your sacred river. I dip my tongue in it, I'll write about that someday, bitch. We are cohorts, poets, cohors. We are one poem of millions in mourning. Your poet thick hair in my face, morning smoke, rose, us. The poem I cramp, tight, unable to write. I craw, caw, squawk. I am crow because I say so. Wings broken I crawl. I don't care what you are. I follow your star, poet, whore, lord. I give you my heat. Yours I eat. You read right before me. I lick the microphone when you're done. I am sick. Life makes me nervous. I can't grok your song. Brilliant other poet. I come on your tits triumphant. Our bodies fit. Nothing else. Both of us in pain. We can't last. We are crazy. We are each a puzzle piece, not fitting, unfit. Something about my tongue pisses you off. You'd rather have me silent, hard, your bed, your leisure. Hostile poet, we cram into each other, angry, unfit, cramming, twisting, grunting the new poem forth, and then we fight, demean each other's work. We are frustrated, unfit, drunk. You say I talk too much. I say tear up my tongue and throw it to the stars. See this blood pouring from my mouth onto the page. It's a breakup poem. My words shall rant in a galaxy bright, galaxy irregular, misfit, happy galaxy. The dead, limp parts of me made luminous in your absence. Joy to the tongue, mine, mine. Shine, sick galaxy, shine. I shall forget that you exist, bitch. I shall be a god in my new galaxy. I'm getting sleepy. Forgive me. We sleep in the poem. Sleep the poem off. Hangover poem. You make breakfast, eggs, bacon. You smile and say, last night was fun. Let's do it again. Rant poems into each other's faces. Fuck the universe poem. Blood of genitals on headboard poem. Our poem, perfect, final. Thanks.
This is one of those moments where you go, I needed that. Thank you, Mike.
Best one was the people walking by.
Yes. Oh,
Oh, it's still uncensored, right?
yeah. Oh, yeah, still uncensored.
Just let me know. I have my childhood.
Yeah.
I have my childhood.
Welcome back. Welcome back, Mike G.
Thank you.
Our next reader will have a featured reading at Paper Tiger Coffee Roasters next Wednesday? Next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. So if you are able, please make your way there. Let's welcome Doug Westberg. Doug, come on up.
Thank you. Wednesday, I'm going to take the opportunity to read my poem cycle called The Daddy Poems. And yes, it's as Freudian as it sounds, and my hands are greasy and I can't raise this way.
Here you go.
There we go, I got it.
You got it? Uh-oh.
And yes, it's as Freudian as it sounds. I had two poetry phases. One was when I was dealing with major depression back around the turn of the millennium, which lasted about 3 years. And I went back to songwriting for a while, and then I started writing poems again a few years ago. And so my father figures prominently in my poetry. He was a very troubled and violent and fundamentalist person, and I was the oldest son and his first experiment in parenting. So it's taken a lot of poetry to work that out. So this coming Wednesday, grief counselors will be standing by. So I brought a sample. This is called Song Cycle. It's the one poem that is addressed to somebody besides either myself or my father. It's actually addressing my brother who died of AIDS in 1986. It's called Song Cycle. I wrote these songs to understand your crucifixion. I like to think you were there when they premiered. It is a useful myth when death renders stillborn our good intentions. I wanted to sing them to you, but you were terminal by then, and I was afraid you wouldn't understand. I was the last one in the family to find out. I was still Catholic then, and you were afraid I wouldn't understand. Father is the one who didn't understand. Father is the one whose eulogy judiciously omitted any mention of your Buddhism or homosexuality. Father is the one who said a rosary every day for your soul. But you told him before you told me because you needed the money. That last year, the only one you let me have, shimmers in my mind like stop-action film. I'll never forget how you relished the pizza with everything, even though it felt like battery acid going down, your gullet eaten up with cancer like your face. If I'd had that kind of courage, you would have heard these songs. You would have loved them.